there's this controversial stories people normally talk about. Yeah, you hear somebody coming and claiming, yeah, my account was hacked. Okay, the one that caught the eyes of many people was this story that somebody is telling you, my Facebook has been hacked. Avoid messages sending you.
Apparently,
I've never thought how these people land into this situation.
Yeah, apparently, even I've heard for WhatsApp. How do they hack somebody's WhatsApp? But you've seen that one, eh?
Yes, I've seen that one.
Well, they're saying if somebody texts you with my WhatsApp, it has been hacked. You know,
somebody has actually cloned your WhatsApp.
so it is
Not
cloning, not
somebody
hacking.
just creates a WhatsApp with a new number and your profile picture that you use normally. Yeah.
So it is not hacking.
Not hacking, and starts extorting your contact list.
How?
For example, I know how your face looks. I know what lies in your DP, especially when we keep on chatting. I see what is in your DP. Yes. So I could easily create a new number. Enroll a new number on WhatsApp. Use your DP, the current DP.
You just copy it from my.
You just download it or
from
you
my
take
profile.
a screenshot and you use it. It creates that familiarity context.
So that if I text, okay, but how will you get my contacts?
Okay, you must have actually snooped into your contact list, maybe from Gmail. Maybe you logged your Gmail into a device.
I'm a cyber cafe.
Yeah, in a cyber cafe.
But
or a work laptop.
Those people go to you remember cyber people don't leave their information carelessly. You should have been to a cyber.
Yeah.
Somebody just logs in and they go. Facebook, they go. When they are hacked, they blame the system.
They blame the system.
When it was their own negligence.
Yeah. So that is the part that I would like us to look into. What is an individual's role in aiding hackers to get into their account and gain control of their account? You must have played a role.
Yeah, definitely.
Then you play the blame game. You always run to the. You always become the first.
Somebody has hacked.
Somebody
when you are the helper, you help the hacker.
Ignore all messages. Okay, somebody could literally go into your Facebook messenger, starts messaging and starts creating an emergency. I need 2,000 urgently. I'll return.
Send to this number.
Actually, there are people who have lost money in that way.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
So many people have lost money that way because maybe you have your loyal friends that you created. Maybe from school. Yes. Did you ever see friends claiming their Facebook is gone?
Yeah, a lot of times.
What is their excuse?
Somebody has done this, somebody has done that.
They run to the blame game.
Yeah. I think the big thing is the know-how of how your information is really valuable to some people.
Yeah.
The so-called hackers. Yeah. Because the moment you are aware that if I leave any trail of my info anywhere, somebody might take advantage of it. For example, these people, we just say these people go to cyber cafe. Yeah. These days, somebody is asking you for a PDF, you run to a cyber cafe. Something you can do with your phone. And you go and log in there. You even sending your ID to the cyber guy. How do you trust him? Tomorrow, your ID and maybe mobile number can be used to open an M-Pesa account. And the Mulot boys take advantage. You know the Mulot boys?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it is on self-ignorance and education on cybersecurity is something that I think it is missing. Yeah. The society, I hear there is a cybercrime, not cybercrime, but cybersecurity society of Kenya.
Cyber regulatory bill.
Yeah.
There is a bill that has been passed.
Yeah. So I don't think it's really doing its job because a bigger percentage of those who get hacked or those who assist hackers to hack themselves, I think it's about them not really knowing the steps on how to safeguard their own information and data. I think it starts from there. Yeah. So we are not, of course, we are blaming you for helping the hacker, but then now how do we, as we discuss, how do we make them aware of things to avoid and things not to avoid?
Okay, so sometime when I was on the internet, I saw some meme. Somebody saying, me having to report to work 2 hours earlier to undergo a cyber security training because a colleague employee was trying to click a link to win an iPhone. So the number one mechanism on how hackers get your information is through you aiding them. Yeah. For example, there was one wave of Facebook account attacks. Yeah.
Even mine went. I remember mine. I don't know what happened.
Don't tell me you clicked those links.
No, I didn't click anything. There's a day I just woke up. I lost it in 2020. The account that I opened when I knew Facebook.
When you were in high school.
Yeah. It was around in 2022, 2021.
Okay. So Facebook, according to what I analyzed, based on I'm good at analyzing trends and predicting what comes next. Okay, Facebook accounts, most of them were hacked due to, number one, clicking porn links. You see a porn video that doesn't play. Yeah. Then maybe your mind is
also it is put in a way that it doesn't play.
It doesn't play exactly.
It shows a symbol of play so that you click.
It shows a symbol of play. When you click on it, it tells you like you have not logged into Facebook. Yeah. Then it requests you to log in. Yeah.
So the logins are being tapped.
It is a cloned link for Facebook.
I've seen that.
When you key in your login, they capture all the details. Then now they log in. Then they kick you out first. Then they start dealing with
your friends.
They
comb your friends
and
list.
Post it and tag your friends so that your friends can also follow the same link and fall for the same trap. Fall for the same trap. So that is one way. Another way was like your phone number that you used to register that Facebook. You had already lost control of it. Yeah. It is in somebody's hands. Yeah. So when it is in another person's hands, he tries to request a reset of that account. Then the message is sent to you. Then he actually messages you and requests, the code has been sent to you, please forward it to me. Yeah. Then when you forward the code, your Facebook account is gone. Yeah. Another mechanism was marketers telling you, your account has numerous followers. We would be glad to have you market for us.
Yeah, I've seen that. It usually comes by then DMs. In Facebook
we will be glad to engage you in some marketing.
And they tell you, there's one I've come across, they tell you that we are manufacturers of gadgets, electronics. So we want you to be our brand ambassador. At first, we will give you free electronics to a market, like as a not as a giveaway, but as a token of the package of ambassadorship. Yeah. But then I don't click on those ones because
your problem is not even clicking. Your problem is you agreeing. You agreeing to take on that deal.
Because they usually send a link somewhere so that
when you agree to take that, they'll request you to do a Facebook ad customization. How many viewers do they want to reach? What is the age limit? So they'll request your logins as part of the deal. When you give them your logins, so I just handled two meta social media platforms. Even Instagram, they do the same. They tell you we want you to reach for us an audience. To try and market our products.
And there's also this one. Have you come across this one where they in Facebook mostly they tell you your account has been suspended? Somebody just DMs and they use the name Meta. Meta customer support or Facebook customer support. You see, even in your name of Facebook, you see how people change their name on X. Like you can change your name. Like say for example, we are trending an hashtag. You can change your name to that hashtag. It's even in Facebook you can do that. So somebody creates a profile. Then in the profile name, they write Facebook support team. Then they send you a message that your account has been suspended. Claim it in 24 hours. Then they send a link. So you tap that link, when you log in to confirm it's you. Sure.
When you log in to confirm it's you, you are giving them your details.
Exactly. I've seen those around, and I think many people have even do come across that.
So one trend, even in cybersecurity, their approach is the human aspect. We may do everything. We may create firewalls. We may create spam to protect your emails. But if we don't insert sense into you as a user,
you can say
a loophole.
You are a sellout in the case of the company. Like, everybody has to be lectured on cybersecurity.
You become a sellout in this
country. But you win a trip to Dubai.
Because, so another one that has become an issue of late. People say my bank account has been hacked. Money has been withdrawn. People forget that they have partially played a role in this. As much as when we talk, I'm not going to mention corporates because they have shown they can easily sue and get but there are banks that have been synonymous with the cases of hacking. Clients continuously claim they have been hacked. One way is through having several agents. Several agents who don't follow their KYC, their terms of agreement.
By agents, you mean which agents?
Withdrawal agents.
These ones that are in mtaani.
Mtaani.
Like M-Pesa agents.
Like M-Pesa agents. When you have numerous of them and you fail to have terms of and track how they use the data, that is a risk. So one way.
So there you have to kind of regulate how they.
For example, if I approach you, your name is this, your account number is this, your ID number is this. You feel those information match you.
And you can.
So when you are requested to give,
you can give away
such as date of birth. Your mother's maiden name.
You give away. Easy.
This person literally put you in a corner.
Exactly. They emotionally corner you. Because they know everything and they know be it that is true 100%.
So the intelligence aspect is gonna protect you against such people. They may get to that level, but then you tell them, no, I don't feel you really need this info because I didn't request this service. For example, I used to say, guys send messages. Your account has been deactivated.
That is on SMS or?
On SMS. They create that agency. Then they tell you, we will call you in the next 2 hours to give you guidelines or steps on how you can retrieve your bank account. So that is where you are giving your info. Then when money is gone, you are like, you blame your banker. So I hope banks will play a role. Do they send blanket SMSs? Most of the time they say nobody, I&M Bank will not contact you to do this. Equity Bank will not. But I think that doesn't help.
But at least you see they can.
I think they should have they should do an interview, client interview, or if you want to do mobile banking, they should do a simple client interview. They ask you, they take you through an interview just to assess how you can deal with situation. Then if you are not a good candidate with mobile banking, they disqualify you.
But you see, for them it's
because the blame game always goes back to the bank.
But you see, for them it's about the sales aspect and onboarding more users. So they can't disqualify you as long, because I've never seen them having a criteria.
Okay, if they disqualify you on mobile banking, you can always go to the counter.
But that's not convenient. As long as you're an account owner, you qualify for any product.
Always go to the counter or go to your ATM. Maybe they'll save you from a lot of.
But that's not convenient for somebody.
For example, there was a moment I needed a passport. So I didn't discover until these guys reached out. That these guys had actually cloned an mobile passports fall under which category of government services if you go to e-citizen?
It is
immigration.
Yeah.
Yes, they had cloned an immigration account using all the government logos and even made it a premium account. Yeah.
That is on which platform?
On X. It had
they verified.
It's a verified account. So they reached out to me requesting, that was some years ago. They reached out to me when it was hard to come by verified accounts by then. So they reached out telling me, hey, so and so we saw you complaining about what's your passport tracking number? Then
you
tell them.
You gave them.
Yeah. Then they tell you your passport is in the bulk this. Yeah. And it's actually the manager's delaying. But if you pay 10,000, you get your passport.
That is the catch.
That is the catch. By then, people were bribing for passports.
Yeah, I remember.
So they thought I was a candidate.
And you were very desperate.
I was very desperate.
Yeah.
But then there was one deal I was waiting for it that was supposed to be confirmed for me to travel. By then, it hadn't been confirmed. So I said, lie low, I don't need that emergency bullshit. But that is how they do their job. That is one of the ways they do their job.
Yeah.
They take time to create a cloned account that actually targets people. So with the bank accounts, the owner of the account also plays a role in aiding the hackers. Another kind of scenario that people were talking about business email hacks. Like, these ones where Nigerians wire
like transfer. For the one for Ashpap.
The ones Ashpap.
Actually, it was called it had a name.
A wire transfer.
It's called business email compromise. BC.
Business email compromise. Exactly.
Yeah. But it's more like it's like a clone, cloning the email of maybe the CEO and the CFO.
Yes.
And the CEO sends the email to the CFO that make this transaction. Like they have snooped into your emails, they have seen the nature of how you guys converse. Then he sends you and then you make that money to this account. You know, it was from the CEO.
Make a payment of
this amount to this other account. The CFO will make it immediately. And I think that is one of the ways that Ashpapi got rich.
And how do you think he did that?
How
do you think he did that? He first of all compromised.
But I think
the sender.
Yeah. But I think it could also be an inside game also. Yeah. Because for you to
it could be
also inside game also plays a key role. Because for you to really clone and be able to see email conversations overseas or any senior person, you must have somebody.
But an old CEO can be put down by the same trick.
How?
For example, your daughter's birthday pics at school looked wow. Could you click this link to see more of how the event went down? You click into that link, it clones your whole computer.
Just like that?
Yes.
So they snoop on it
secretly. It's snooping on the other tabs. It's running on the back.
Also, they see how you are communicating.
Yes.
Even through emails.
It now tracks you. Yeah. Without an antivirus, even some antiviruses may not do that.
Because antivirus don't 100%.
Now, even at advanced levels of hacking, hackers have to buy hacking tools like that one. They create a link. So when you click on it, you may actually see photos, but it now clones your whole.
Like you see the real photos.
Yes, you could see photos, or you may not see them, depending on how they want to lure you. So when you see photos, you can never know. Yeah. Okay. For example, similarly, the Crown Prince of Dubai played the same game with Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
He sent him. They were chatting on WhatsApp. Yeah. Then he sent a hacking tool. Bezos clicked. He didn't know anything. But after that, he came to know that his phone was actually tapped and data drawn. Actually, that is what led to Bezos' divorce. Yes.
How?
One of his parting away with one of his girlfriends or wives. Yes. The information that the Saudi king got, he sent
to
the other partner. How Bezos has been cheating on her
with
other women.
So that is what led to the divorce with Mackenzie Bezos.
Yes, exactly. That is what led to their divorce.
Yes. I didn't know. And now, what is the relationship today with Bezos and that crowd, Saudi prince?
Okay, you couldn't immediately point to him having done that, but he later came to realize that they were chatting, and he must, because he bought a very smart tool. Yes, they are hacking tools. They are made by hackers. Same cybersecurity guys. They understand how the system works. So when they understand how a system works, they use the social. If they can't penetrate a system, they use the social perspective. Yes, they look at what you prefer in your social setting, and then they use that to deal with you. Yes. For example, clearly you can't hack WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But if I create a tool and send you via WhatsApp when we are chatting,
then you click
it.
Then it now creates a pathway to all the whole details in your phone.
You simply empty all your details to that person.
So as a hacker,
that is why you remember a moment when somebody was saying, when Justin Muturi was saying that the president, he would call the president, but the president told him, I'm reaching out to somebody my phone can't make calls. To check on something with my phone. You get it? So the president's phone cannot be just a phone, a normal phone.
What is it like?
It has to have other layers of security.
Even on a normal phone, or
on a normal phone,
they have to
update that.
They have to get him a normal phone or
a normal phone. Then they take it through that software process.
And then when he stops becoming president,
even if he stops it's common. It becomes sense to her if he can continue paying for the same tools to protect his usage.
So every president that happens.
I doubt if there's any country that sleeps that doesn't have such mechanisms.
Because I've seen movies how they depict the Americans president. The phone they use is not a smartphone. That the
it can even be just an iPhone.
No, like,
but they have cloned it using their anti-snooping tools.
So that has to happen.
That has to happen.
Like, for example, right now you get elected as president, you can't just go with your phone and start calling.
Yeah, even if you change your phone, you have to notify your security agent.
So you don't fear they're snooping on you, they must sell you out. Because as a president, you're human also, there's some things you want to do.
Maybe the president also has clandes around.
Yeah.
Which happens to every other big man.
Yeah. So but the security has to maintain that secret.
The security has to protect this.
Secret service.
He has to protect this aspect of a human being.
But then there is this crucial element of the government spying on its citizens, because the government, right now maybe the president can stand in front of a crowd or launch something, a good program, say maybe feeding program or anything. They say this is the program we launched, they send links. Maybe just a way, because we know the government knows that we all need that service. Maybe just a way of us getting our information voluntarily to them, and then they use that to spy on us.
They want to hear our feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Or how about the government, has the authority to coerce both private and public companies to surrender our information.
Yeah.
I believe that is true.
Yeah.
So what is that? Is that an element that is really, you know, worth talking about? Or if it is a government, let them have our data the way they want. In the whole umbrella of government spying on its citizen, is it a thing?
Okay.
And does it happen, and on what sense that does it happen? Because we've talked about you know, hackers using tools to spy on your phone and using that to hack, you know, the critical accounts that they need. Now here comes a situation where the government that you elected, you live in a country, is holding your information and what it can do with it.
Okay, that purely depends on what are your protection levels as a country. For example, do the teams mandated to protect you, do they take that as an important aspect of protection? You had EU, European Union data protection laws, and how heavy they have fined Facebook, they have fined Meta, let me say Meta, occasionally, and even threatened them that if you don't want to work with our rules, you can go out of European Union.
I've seen that.
Okay, now such if we have such protection frameworks, people they are not corrupted by anything. They stand for what they stand for. We can be protected from such a perspective. But what of a country like Kenya? A country like Kenya where even your foreign CS hates you when you find yourself in trouble in another country. So in such a situation, we are not protected by anything. We let the government have a D-Day. They do anything they want with our information.
Because so you see, like a good example is with TikTok. You remember America was trying to ban TikTok because of data privacy and maybe you know the war between China and the US. You know, TikTok being a China product, and the US fears that TikTok is spying on American citizens and maybe information. So you see a country like us, we don't have even the capability to even tell China to stop.
That is why a country should have protection frameworks.
Because I think we are so lenient.
But America stands to lose more than what Kenya stand to lose.
How?
Because even in terms of sales, we are not real consumers. So, okay, drawing your data could influence production of what you desire. Actually, this is data gained illegally, but used for benefiting yourself. For example, your supermarket, your retail store keeps a data of you. If you keep on shopping there, they know at the end of every month you buy this dishwasher brand after 2 weeks, and they keep on restocking for the sake of you, and they know what is not moving based on data of consumption. That is why they keep on telling you give you a loyalty card. That loyalty card that you have that gives you free points that you redeem and buy stuff. That is purely for the benefit of your retail store that uses that data to restock every moment you need a product. So TikTok could be getting the information, but they use it at your benefit. For the example, Chinese producers might be knowing you Americans look more at videos of this sofa that is foldable. So that is more. That is the one they keep on bringing to the American market. Americans look more into videos of people eating, how do we call this, fast food noodles, especially this brand. They watch it for long until somebody prepares it to the end. So meaning they will prefer consuming more of these. So such data gained can be used for benefit. Not only for the negative aspect. But for the negative aspects, they may use that data, for example, they may manipulate your perspective about things by keeping on feeding you videos, and at that time you are clamped, you are into some corner. So you may never see the other perspective of the world. What happens in countries like North Korea.
But
where you are shown the full
Mm.
videos of a prosperous North Korea.
yeah.
So whether you are starving, the world looks like that. Yeah.
But do you think a government can collude with some of these big social platforms that people claim they spy on people? Because for US to start fighting TikTok on spying, I think there was no agreement somewhere. But I do believe that okay, Africa has been dependent on China on a lot of things. Like there is no way we are going to have wage war in China, for instance, as a country. So what do you think if a government just sits down and I know because until government allows TikTok to operate in Kenya, I believe there had been some talks. Yeah, they had to at least
analyze. There has been some signing.
Yeah, some signing. So what do you think? There were some deals, and they said we can spy on your citizens and give you what they say or what they do. Just that kind of a transaction. Do you think it happens?
Actually, when you
because if you look at some countries, a country like Uganda, I understand they banned Facebook. You can't use Facebook.
They don't have Facebook.
They don't use Facebook. If you go to Uganda, you have to use VPN.
To access Facebook.
Yeah.
I never know that.
Yeah, you can look.
Tanzania recently banned X.
Yeah. So I think because for Museveni to ban Facebook, it means he doesn't want anything to do with any deal or whatever. But there's a lot of TikTok, there's a lot of all other platforms. Because I think there's a thing with Facebook. Because there are countries that have done total social media blackout, like North Korea. They don't want anything to do with it. It means those are people you cannot sell to them any deal.
Even China is like they have done a blackout. They have blocked this other.
They are doing their own.
For this other website.
Which still I believe their own. They used to spy on their own people.
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't want the information of other people to go outside.
They are insecure boyfriends.
So that is also I do believe because I've tried looking at countries, and I think one of the countries like our country like Kenya, I think we are so lenient. Like even if we protest in what manner, there was a heated debate on TikTok banning it should be banned. Remember when TikTok late night the videos, it was a hot topic. Then parliamentarians refused to ban it.
Yeah.
So I just feel we are so lenient, maybe, or maybe there's just some deal making.
Okay. What keeps these sites running? There's always something to gain and something to lose
by the government.
Even right now, if you look, there are politicians from Kenya who used TikTok late night. They are on videos with their fans.
They're waiting for gifts.
They are videos with their fans. They talk, they chat whenever they want. So when somebody remembers that how he is creating more fans, he doesn't want that one to be banned. He doesn't let that one get banned. So there's always something to lose, something to get. Yeah.
And what is this thing on public Wi-Fi? You are told that if you get a free Wi-Fi, don't log in. What is what is the thing behind it? In terms of you getting hacked or you getting your information exposed for public Wi-Fi's.
Okay, on public Wi-Fi, you may go to. From what I understood when I worked as a cyber, my experience and knowledge has also been shaped by being in a position to see how a network is created. Okay. A public space Wi-Fi creates when you click that network, or even on your computer, or use as home Wi-Fi, or just say office Wi-Fi. It normally brings that option. When you log in, you join the network. When you join the network, your list of devices. You can actually share files through a network.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. When you can actually see other users' computers on the same network and share particularly to so and so. Yeah. So that is where cybersecurity comes in, port protection and limiting what other departments can see. Yeah. Technicians know that. They know how to create those limitations. And cybersecurity know how to audit and to recommend we need to do this. Yeah. So what happens? You become part of that network. When you become part of that network, somebody can actually click on your device on the network and see what apps you are running on. with other additional tools, simple spying tools, they can even see which app you are using more. Yeah. And then now they may send a cloning tool to now retrieve when you come back to that app and click logging in, they can actually get the information.
So your advice.
So that is what when you join a public Wi-Fi, you literally join the network.
So it's
when
not
you join the
advisable.
network,
It's not advisable to always log in.
Your device is visible on that network. I can share a device with you. I can share a tool with you, a hacking tool, to draw what I need from you. I can even see which app uses more of your device memory.
So even if the government is providing this free Wi-Fi, you should not use
it. Yes, you should not. You can also use it how you want, but with that. I really doubt if you can really get away out of it, unless you buy another tool to protect, to limit other access to other apps.
Which many people are not aware of.
Which many people are not aware of.
That is the cutting point.
I told you the president's phone is not a normal. Even if he buys a Samsung similar to yours, he'll get a software that is protecting him against
anti-spying,
and yes, he has to have that software on his phone, just like you using VPN on your phone. It clones you, and then now you are in another planet.
And there is this thing where they say if you delete something from your phone, it's only gone within your view, but it's not completely gone.
Exactly.
Where does it go? So you did some bad things, or maybe just delete some critical information. And they say that it doesn't go, but it goes
to computer.
Yeah, it goes to people who need it the most, not you. To you, it has gone. You cannot get it, but there's somebody who can get it and use it.